Good evening. I'm Trish Williford. Thank you for joining us. Our top story at 11, a trash heap continues to grow at the Savannah Mall. Yesterday, the mall said it evicted Alderman Tony Thomas for not paying rent on his store.
A Tennessee teenager's good deed is making the rounds on social media.
Her selfless gesture tops our look at what's trending tonight. Right now, Barry is making its way farther into western Louisiana. Rising floodwaters have caused many people to evacuate. Some frightening moments for a deputy in Florida. When Tropical Storm Barry was churning in the Gulf on Friday, that deputy was injured trying to help a boater in distress. Well, this newly released body cam video shows Deputy Robert Wagner trying to reach a distressed boater in rough conditions near the Florida Panhandle. He was at the helm when a huge wave shattered the windshield. The broken glass hit Wagner in the face and body, causing minor injuries. He was treated at a hospital, and as you can see from this picture, he's doing okay. His family was struck by tragedy twice. Tonight, the founder of a popular Savannah music festival is on the road to recovery. He almost died after someone shot him in the jaw. News 3's Kelly Antonacci spoke to him in person for the first time since that senseless crime. Kelly.
Trish, Tom Townsend says he is doing well.
A terrifying traffic stop, a deputy dragged, and an all-day manhunt. A Florida deputy pulled someone over only to have the guy drive off while the deputy tried to hang on, and it was all caught on camera. Clay Leopard has a look at this shocking video. Well, Deputy Blaze is doing just fine. Rudolph will face a judge once he gets out of the hospital. Well, this next story was captured on cell phone video. 20 people took the plunge into the South Carolina creek after the dock they were standing on collapsed. The video shows the group attempting to get out of that water. It happened at the Wreck restaurant in Mount Pleasant. The 20 people were a part of a wedding party. They were gathering to take a photo when they heard a loud crack and suddenly fell into the water. Thankfully, only a few minor injuries were reported. Well, many of you are talking about this story on social media. A Chick-fil-A employee in Georgia is being credited for saving a child's life. This video captures the moment. Employee Logan Simmons makes a daring leap out of the drive-through window when he noticed the child's mother begging for help.
I think it was the quickest option. Like, it was right there. I saw the car right there. He was turning red and losing pigmentation in his face.
Simmons managed to pull out a pocket knife and cut the seat belt that was tangled around the boy's neck. The little boy is doing okay. His mother later called Simmons and thanked him for saving her son's life. Well, for the first time in history, a U.S. president has stepped on North Korean soil. Right now, we are following breaking news in one Savannah neighborhood. Police were called to this apartment complex in the 8,000 block of Waters Avenue just before 5 p.m. You can see there are dozens of officers out on the scene talking to witnesses and also searching for clues. We're told detectives could be investigating a possible shooting at this complex. Right now, we're waiting for information from Savannah police officials. News 3 will bring you more details as soon as we get them. We are learning more tonight about a police standoff in Long County. One man is facing felony charges after police say he locked himself inside his home for hours following a domestic situation. News 3's Kelly Antonacci has been following this story and joins us now with new details. Kelly.
Trish, the Long County Sheriff's Office.
Happening now, the FAA is on the scene of a deadly plane crash on St. Simon's Island. The pilot was killed. Now, that plane originated from Savannah this morning. Well, the heat is on here in the coastal Empire and Low Country, and whether you love it or hate it, the hot temperatures can be dangerous.
In tonight's health report, Meredith Wood explains the health risks and shares some advice for beating the heat.
Happening now, officials are still trying to determine what led to this house fire on Whitmarsh Island. Now, this is video taken by viewer Alan Byrne. Dozens of firefighters were called to the scene on Mapmaker Lane and Stonebridge Drive around 3:30 this afternoon. No one was hurt, but we're told at least 2 families are displaced. Chatham County Police blocked off several streets in this neighborhood while crews battled that blaze. Well, Allendale police want to know who shot 5 people at a local car wash. It happened around 9:30 last night. Well, thousands of people across the coastal empire and low country will have a 3-day weekend as our nation honors our military on Monday for Memorial Day.
It is also the unofficial start of summer, and we are already starting to feel the heat. In fact, record temperatures are on the way.
Storm Team 3 meteorologist Lee Haywood is here now with a look at your forecast first. Lee. You can bet this is one graduation gift that won't be topped, and it took hundreds of Morehouse graduates by surprise.
Well, there is one burglar who has people hoping that their house will be next.
Everybody's talking about this. Let's just say he made a very clean getaway. That story and more ahead in What's Trending.
She is joining us live now from downtown Savannah with our top story at 6.
Yeah, you won't find any horses on Savannah streets until 7 tonight. It's just too hot, and leaders don't want to take any chances.
He's one of my favorite chickens because all of them is special in their own way.
For some, it might be a dog or even a favorite blanket that helps make life a little bit easier. But for 11-year-old Marianne Shira, her beloved chickens and roosters make her smile.
And he's flying away.
Marianne has a terminal disease known as Friedreich ataxia. It's a disease that attacks the central nervous system. The family says their orthopedic doctor prescribed chickens to help with her emotional and physical therapy. The family has 10 of them, but now they may be forced to get rid of them.
City inspector came out and saw that we had chickens. I sat there and said, yes, we have chickens. They're part of my daughter's physical therapy. She chases them around the yard as part of, building up her muscle strength for her yards, plus she enjoys eating the eggs. Well, we had the city inspector out several times when we did a home renovation last year. They saw the coop. They saw the coop during the previous 2 times and never once said anything about us needing a permit for it.
According to the Hinesville City Ordinance, fowls are not allowed on a property if it becomes a nuisance or creates an unsanitary condition in the neighborhood.
At this point, the case is ongoing, but we have received complaints about that they've become a nuisance to residents in the area.
But Marianne's family says the roosters and chickens bring her comfort at a time when she needs it the most.
They want us to get rid of the coop and want us to get rid of the chickens. And we told them we're not going to. It's all about her happiness as she continues to fight this condition.
The attorney for the family says it happened in September of 2017. He says the 10-year-old boy was on the bus heading home from school when he was raped by a 16-year-old boy.
This is one of those cases that shocks the conscience. We want answers, and the answers aren't going to be good enough. He's struggling. He struggles every day.
A Savannah family says the unthinkable happened when their 10-year-old son was riding a Savannah-Chatham County school bus back in September of 2017.
3 children on the bus. 2 of them were 10 and 11 years old, and the older boy was 16. There were 2 Monders on the bus driver and the Monder in the back. And while that happened, the 16-year-old managed to sexually assault the 10-year-old, who is my client.
The family filed this lawsuit Wednesday in state court. It names the bus driver, the bus monitor, and the Savannah-Chatham Board of Education as defendants. According to the lawsuit, the bus driver stated she feared for the bus monitor's safety because the 16-year-old accused of the crime was, quote, such a big kid.
If it was bad enough for this employee of the school system to be scared of this boy, then they shouldn't be in charge of monitoring him. They need to involve the police.
News 3 has also obtained this incident report of that alleged assault and learned there is video of it captured by the school bus cameras. The bus driver and monitor are no longer employed by the school system. We stopped by the home of the bus driver, hoping for comment. But no one answered the door.
This should never have happened, and it's shocking to learn about. It's disturbing, and it's something that I would think that everyone with school-age children in Savannah would be concerned about.